How's it going, everyone? So glad you decided to click on this video and join me. Today, I'm going to be discussing the latest in the hashtag VoxAdpocalypse. If you haven't seen what that is, you must be living under a rock. Essentially, a very spiteful individual by the name of Carlos Maza has taken it upon himself to destroy the entire platform that is YouTube. He had a big whine about being called gay, even though he is proudly and openly gay. He didn't like being made fun of, so he's had a massive sook to YouTube and demanded that YouTube ban a whole lot of people, and essentially he wants the whole site to be destroyed. It's not entirely Carlos Maza and his employer Vox's fault. There are a large number of left-wing activists in the mainstream media pushing the same line because YouTube is a massive competitor of theirs, and also the fact that YouTube have capitulated means they are culpable as well. I am going to put out a full analysis of this situation in the next few days, but I thought I'd do a really quick rundown of some of the latest developments in this story, and we're going to go through that right now. Just a quick message. Whether it's an algorithm hiding content or outright deletion, internet censorship is on the rise. Please consider following me on free speech websites Gab, Minds, and BitChute. I'm constantly posting content, and they are a great way to stay notified of uploads. Can't wait to see you there. YouTube's purge of white supreme pizza videos also hits anti-Ray channels. YouTube's campaign against hateful and Ray videos is claiming some unintended victims. Researchers and advocates working to expose Ray hate mongers. A video published by the Southern Poverty Law Centre was among those taken down after the company announced plans Wednesday to remove more videos and channels that advocate for white supreme pizzaism. No sympathy at all. These idiots have called for censorship as much as anyone else. So for them to have their videos taken down, well, this is what happens when you call for censorship. Everyone ultimately gets hit. And the SPLC are an anti-white company. They are specifically promoting anti-white bigotry. Mark Potok, who was very high up in the SPLC, I don't know if he still works there, but he definitely used to work there. He had a piece of paper on his wall mapping or detailing the percentage of people in America who are of European ancestry. It's just a vile company, and I'm kind of glad that they got caught up in this, but still, they do have a right to express their opinion as long as they're not lying, and they have lied a number of times, which is why they're getting sued quite a lot. YouTube blocked teachers who are uploading Hyla archival footage. So you can't even put historical footage if the people at YouTube don't like the person in that footage. He's deemed a super bad guy, this bloke here. He's deemed a super bad guy, so anything that even shows his image isn't allowed at all. So you have a look here. This guy, Scott Alsop, said, and I quote, "It is absolutely vital that YouTube work to undo the damage caused by the indiscriminate implementation as soon as possible. Access to important materials being denied wholesale, as many other channels are left branded as promoting hatred when they do nothing of the sort." But you should even be allowed to express that emotion that for some reason is just all of a sudden declared illegal. You're not allowed to express a human emotion. You can't have undying love without the ability to hate that which opposes it. It is still a human emotion. It is freedom of expression to have negative feelings and express those negative feelings towards anything. I understand that it's not nice that a lot of people do that, and I personally wouldn't do that myself because I don't want to express those kind of views. I wanted to express a message of love and unity for our people, and I want to save our people from extinction. I don't hate people that aren't my own. I love them because they are God's children as well. But people should still be allowed to express their opinions, even if they are bigoted or hateful or wrong. What people shouldn't be allowed to do is lie in public. What they shouldn't be allowed to do is slander and defame in public. If those were the rules, if you weren't allowed to lie publicly lie. Like, that doesn't mean you can't be wrong. It just means you have to have done your due diligence and can't be demonstrably lying. If we were to implement that rule, then guys like Carlos Maza wouldn't have access to YouTube. They wouldn't be allowed to spread their hatred and their lies, because it would be against the law or against the rules for them to act in that manner. They're entitled to their opinion, but I don't think they are entitled to slander and lie about people and get a whole bunch of innocent creators deplatformed and demonetized for their personal vendetta. That's my opinion on that one. But here we go. YT have decided to ban the holoho denial videos in a policy reversal. So not only are they removing videos that express a human emotion, they are removing videos that don't express their point of view on a certain issue. I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm not saying that that's the case. What I am saying is that everything is open to questioning. You should be allowed to question narratives. And if a narrative is so unquestioning, if there is so much evidence to support that event, that it is stupid to challenge that narrative that it's come around, or to deny that it happened, then you should welcome questioning, because the truth should speak for itself. The evidence should speak for itself. You shouldn't have to ban it. So YouTube are essentially here dictating an opinion on a certain issue. That is very, very scary. On that note, will YouTube now take down content that denies the very well documented and proven fact of white genocide? Don't hold your breath for consistency from these anti-whites, but the point does need to be made. If you're not allowed to deny the holocaust, then you shouldn't be allowed to deny the ethnic replacement of our people either. What's good for the goose must be good for the gander. So I thought I'd just quickly have a look at the Twitter hashtag VoxAdpocalypse. I don't have an account, but you can still search. So Keenstar said a couple of things, and this guy here: now, bad business aside, never in history has limiting speech ever been productive for a civilized society. The free exchange of ideas should be open to everyone. How are we to know what a bad idea is if we can't hear about it? Very well said, Michael. Censorship is never benevolent. Benevolent. That's benevolent is what I actually mean there. So it's not benevolent. Western civilization and civilization in general flourishes when we are allowed to tell the truth. And if you have censorship of any kind of opinion, it means you're hiding the truth from people, because what we're seeing now is a lot of truth getting taken down because certain people just don't like it. And even things that aren't true, people might be wrong about, certain things are getting taken down. But we should still be able to see those ideas and make the decision for ourselves whether we agree with it or not. So very well said there, Michael. Jack has said, leftist social media platforms are employing tactics used by authoritarian and tyrannical states. Who could have guessed? Damn right, totally agree. Steven Crowder. So a big issue for Mr. Carlos Maza is this socialism is for figs t-shirt. It actually is a socialism is for figs. It's like F and then a fig GS. The joke, obviously, that it's something else, but I don't think he's going to back down. And he said, to all independent YouTube creators hit by the VoxAdpocalypse, I don't care about your politics or anything else. We are in this together. I will fight for your free speech. And that is exactly the position that you need to take. There are plenty of people who have been taken down that I disagree with. Some I disagree with strongly. I'm sure I haven't seen any particular creator taken down that I would go out and say, yes, I disagree with that person strongly. But I'm sure there is someone, because there have been so many people affected by this. But even if there isn't, I mean, we still got to fight for free speech. My point being, I respect people's right to have opinions, even if those opinions are offensive to me or I disagree with them. You have the right to express yourself. And taking away people's ability to express themselves, it's really not a good thing. See, part of freedom of expression isn't just that you can say things in public and express your views. It's also giving people the chance to hear your views and giving you, as a speaker, a fair chance at having your views actually heard. If you're allowed to speak, but you're only allowed to speak in a small 2x2 box, you have the freedom of speech, but you have to go over there into a small sealed off box. That's not exactly freedom of speech, is it? You can say what you want, but you are actively being hidden from the rest of society. This is why demoting content, so YouTube are raising up authoritative content is what they call it, but really it's just mainstream media sources, the old school media that people went to YouTube to escape. No one wants to watch ABC on YouTube. They want to see independent creators providing independent content that is engaging and enjoyable, and they have a connection to the creators. They don't care about these large corporations like Vox and all that kind of thing. Sure, they get views, they get all these people recommended to them, but people don't engage with that content as much. They don't enjoy that content as much. And even with all the algorithmic favoritism, we are still growing as a group. Independent creators, new ideas, people who put the truth above everything else. I just don't like what YouTube are doing. I don't think the site works unless it is essentially a free-for-all where people are allowed to express their ideas and have an equal chance of getting heard. Suppressing people is not giving them an equal chance at getting heard. That's not freedom of speech. Sure, YouTube don't have to recommend anyone's content. It's not a right for them to recommend my content. I don't have a right to that. But if they are going to call themselves a neutral platform, every user on YouTube, every creator has a right to a neutral platform, because that is what they are advertising themselves as. And if they are balancing the scales in favor of mainstream sources, if they're deleting content because it expresses an emotion that they don't like, that is not a neutral platform. They should be regulated as a publisher and thus liable for everything that gets promoted or even published on the site. That is my opinion. I think that is the opinion of a large number of people. Donald Trump hasn't done anything about it. I am going to do a full analysis of this. I've already written up a first draft. You're going to enjoy it. I have a very interesting theory about why YouTube and big tech are doing this. But I will suggest, before we finish, that everyone head over to BitChute. This is just my subscription list in BitChute. So you can see Molyneux's there, Tim Pool's there, Crowder's there, Ramsey Paul's there, Styx Hexenhammer's there, Mark Collett's there. Mark Collett just had a video pointing out the fact that London isn't an English city anymore, removed for quote-unquote hate speech. This video is up on BitChute. You can watch it. I don't know why it was taken down. I think it was probably an algorithmic thing. He was quoting people who were saying quote-unquote hateful things, therefore it could have been the algorithm and just flagging that. I suspect the video will probably get restored, but the fact that it's been taken down at all is disgusting. And you got all these other people. Don't worry about Squeaky. She doesn't need to be subscribed. Oh, you should. She's lovely. But all these other creators, head over to BitChute. I'm on BitChute. Get some great content here. It's a good website. It's growing. Consider donating to them or to me or to any one of your favorite creators, because all these people have been demonetized now, so they do need your help more than ever. Make sure you are spreading our videos around, not just mine again. Same, like I said, for the donations, not just me. Don't just donate to me. Donate to anyone that you like, because they need your help. And all these people who do it for a living, they probably need it more than I do. But spread the truth around. Spread videos around. Tell people what's happening, because we need to fight against this, because it's dangerous. It's really, really dangerous. If they aren't put back in their place, then YouTube could cause some very, very bad things that I don't want to happen. I'm really worried. This actually scares me, what they're doing, genuinely. And I see us winning in the long run, but the amount of pain that we go through before winning, that is really the question at this point. Anyway, like I said, share the truth around, and I'll see ya when I see ya.